Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Daily Dollars. What if I told you that millions of Americans could soon struggle to put food on the table? That's right. Proposed budget cuts could drastically change the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, affecting families, seniors, and individuals who rely on it every day. If you or someone you know depends on food assistance, this is a must-watch. We're breaking down what's happening, what options are being discussed, and who's at risk. Before we dive in, take a second to like this video and subscribe to Daily Dollars so you never miss critical updates. Alright, let's get into it. Right now, lawmakers in the House of Representatives are reviewing a proposal that could cut $230 billion from programs overseen by the House Agriculture Committee over the next 10 years. This is a massive reduction, and many financial experts and policy analysts believe that a significant portion of these cuts will come from SNAP, a program that currently provides food assistance to over 40 million Americans. These proposed changes are part of broader budget negotiations, and supporters of the cuts argue they are necessary to reduce federal spending. Opponents warn that they could cause widespread food insecurity, particularly among children, senior citizens, and people with disabilities. So, how exactly could these cuts happen? Let's break it down. There are three main ways these budget reductions could be implemented, each of which would have significant consequences for millions of Americans. One approach would be to reduce the amount of assistance each participant receives. According to calculations from the Center on Budget and Policy Priorities, SNAP recipients could see their benefits cut by around $1.40 per day. That may not seem like much, but when you consider that the average SNAP participant already has a tight food budget, this could leave many struggling to afford basic meals. A reduction of $1.40 per day would bring the daily SNAP budget down to around $5 per person, making it even more challenging for families to put nutritious food on the table. Some lawmakers have stated that they don't plan to reduce individual benefits. Instead, they may tighten eligibility rules, meaning that fewer people would qualify for assistance in the first place. Experts estimate that up to 9 million people could be cut from the program under these new restrictions. This would disproportionately affect low-income households that just barely meet current income limits, as well as vulnerable groups such as seniors and disabled individuals who depend on SNAP to supplement their fixed incomes. Another possibility is shifting the financial responsibility for SNAP benefits from the federal government to state governments. This means that individual states would have to decide whether to maintain current benefit levels, cut benefits, or impose even stricter eligibility requirements. While this may sound like a reasonable compromise, the reality is that many states have limited budgets, and passing this cost down to them could lead to further reductions in food assistance, especially in states that already struggle with high poverty rates. The details of these cuts are still being debated. Supporters of the proposed budget cuts argue that they are necessary to reduce government spending and prevent waste in social programs. Some lawmakers claim that there is significant fraud within SNAP and other assistance programs, which justifies tightening regulations. However, independent studies from nonpartisan organizations, including the CBPP and the Food Research and Action Center, have found that fraud and errors in SNAP are already very low, accounting for only a small percentage of total spending. In fact, much of what is classified as errors in SNAP are administrative mistakes, not fraud by beneficiaries. Critics of the budget cuts argue that the real motivation behind these reductions is not about efficiency or fraud prevention, but rather a way to offset the cost of tax subsidies and benefits for wealthier corporations and high-income households. This has led to significant opposition from advocacy groups and policy experts who warn that these cuts could increase food insecurity and economic hardship for millions. That's the wrap for today, and I want to hear from you. What do you think about these proposed cuts? Do you believe they're necessary for budget control, or do you think they'll do more harm than good? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an important update. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.